I consider myself lucky to have been born by a mother who made me feel that I am capable of doing great things. All my childhood, I always heard my mother affirming my intelligence, and this made me feel like I was a genius. Unfortunately, that was it. Starting from age 15, when I announced to my friends that I wanted to become the best student in our class, till today, I have always heard people telling me in words and actions, "You can't do it. You're not good enough. You need to wait a little longer," and so on. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you Gardner's advice for young people who want to be rich. If you're new here, consider subscribing so that you won't miss other interesting videos like this. Here's the thing. Gardner said, "Don't ever let someone tell you you can't do something. Don't ever allow people in your life or around you to define who you are, to define for you what is possible. Because if you allow people to tell you whether something is possible or not, 99.999% of the time, they will always tell you that it's not possible. And there's a good reason for that." History of failures. In the year 2003, Barack Obama was not even known by 10% of the United States citizens. But then, he contested for Senate in the year 2004 and won. Winning a senatorial seat is nothing much. You're still not known or respected by most people. So by the year 2007, when Obama was out to contest for the US presidency, most people told him to stop dreaming. Remember, you're black, and no black American has ever ruled the Americans. Remember, you have a Muslim name, Hussein, and your last name, Obama, even sounds like Osama bin Laden. For some people who wish to give him some benefit of the doubt, they advised him, kindly do one more term in the Senate so that you can increase your chances of winning. Now, let's think about this. Why do these people think that Obama could never become a US president? Well, it's because of history. History is the #1 reason why people tell you that you cannot do what you tell them you could do. This history may be of race, ethnicity, gender, or even just nothing specific. One thing you have to understand here is that these people who tell you that you cannot do something because nobody in your situation has ever done it are reasonable. Come to think about it, black Americans are only a fraction of the United States population, and nobody from that group has ever ruled the nation before. Isn't it therefore reasonable to advise anyone who wants to do what nobody has ever done that he should be careful? Yes, it's reasonable, but you don't have to be reasonable. If Steve Jobs was reasonable, he wouldn't drop out of school and hope that he could succeed in life. If Henry Ford was reasonable, he wouldn't think that he could make his company successful after many investors had written him off. If Neil Armstrong was reasonable, he wouldn't be the first human to land on the moon. Don't allow people to judge your ability based on the history of what other people in your situation have done or achieved. Don't ever let someone tell you you can't do something. People who can't do something can't believe that you can do it. Nobody in my entire family lineage has ever built a successful company. So when I announced to my family members in the year 2008 that I wanted to build my own company, there was no surprise what I would expect. They thought that I was mad. Here's the thing. People will ever judge you from their capacity, so if there's anything they cannot do, they will simply advise you not to try such things. And to me, that makes sense. Just think about it. If you cannot do something, why would I believe that someone else can do it? Now, for you to believe that other people only discourage you because they are discouraged, let me give you a simple analogy. Close your eyes and imagine that you're in a meeting with Oprah Winfrey, Larry Page, or Jack Ma. Now, in this meeting, you tell any of these people that you want to build a business from scratch and you need their advice. What do you think any of these people will tell you? Can you ever imagine Jack Ma saying something like, "You can't build a business these days because the economy is bad"? Can you imagine Oprah Winfrey saying something like, "You see, you're a woman and it's the men's world"? Can you imagine someone like Larry Page saying something like, "You see, your father was an immigrant, so you can't succeed here"? Did you get my point? People who have achieved something significant can never discourage you from there in life. The only reason why most people will tell you that you cannot achieve your dream is that they have never achieved anything in their entire life. If you understand this, you'll not be troubled when people tell you that you cannot do something. Don't ever let someone tell you you can't do something. Fear rules the world. Someone very close to me once told me that if I failed in the business world and came to him for help to rescue my life, he would never rescue me. He wanted me to go the normal route. He wanted me to get degrees and get a good job. He wanted me to be safe. So he was putting fear in me. Unfortunately for him, I had overcome my fear of failure. The problem with most people in our world today is that they allow fear to rule their lives. They not only allow this fear to control the way they live their lives, like contagious diseases, they also spread fear to their children and everyone who comes near them. That's why these people advise you to be careful. They want you to be safe. But safety is the enemy of success. They want you to go the normal route, but the normal route only leads to where everyone is going. They want you to avoid failures, but failure is the foundation of success. As a young person, here is my advice for you. Live strong and fight hard. Don't allow fear of failure to make you do what everyone thinks is normal. Don't allow the obvious history of your race and background to make you think small. Dream big and fight hard for whatever you want out of life. Remember, you'll only be young for a few years. In the next decade, when you look back at today, you'll never regret your boldness that leads to mistakes. You'll only remember your fear which stops you from taking action. You have a single life, and it's very short. You have a single period of youth, and it's only a few years. You have opportunities all around you. Don't allow other people to tell you that you cannot do anything. If you'd like this video, we invite you to join our new channel where we will be sharing with you the inspiring stories and biographies of the people who have achieved great things with their lives and even the villains. We call it Fame TV. Look at the description box to join the Fame TV. We love you.